Have you ever stepped into a place and felt like something was watching you? Not a person, not a sound, just a deep, silent presence, waiting. That's the kind of fear the grudge plants in your mind. Not loud, not fast, but cold, creeping, and unforgettable. Welcome to Movies Review, where today we're diving into one of the most haunting horror films ever made, The Grudge. A film that doesn't just scare you, it follows you. But did you know this eerie American horror is actually based on a Japanese film called Ju-On? Even more chilling, both were directed by the same man, Takashi Shimizu. That's right, the master behind the original Fear brought it to the West himself. And that's just one of the many unsettling truths hiding behind this movie. In this video, we'll walk you through the movie's story, explore its deeper meanings, and reveal how it changed horror films around the world. Without showing a single spoiler or scene, you'll learn why this curse doesn't just haunt its victims, it haunts the genre. We'll uncover themes most viewers miss and look into how The Grudge became a horror classic without relying on blood or cheap jump scares. So stay with us till the end, there's a lot you haven't seen, even if you've already watched the movie. And before we begin, welcome to our channel Movies Review. If you love horror, thrillers, and hidden gems from cinema, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. New videos are coming every week. Let's begin, if you dare. The Grudge follows an American nurse named Karen, who moves to Tokyo for a new job opportunity. She's assigned to care for a woman named Emiri, who resides in an eerie, isolated house where something terrible has happened. Upon entering the house, Karen is immediately struck by a sense of dread and unease, but she doesn't yet realize the full extent of the danger she's about to face. The house is the source of a supernatural curse, one that's triggered by a violent act that took place within its walls. This curse is so powerful that anyone who steps into the house becomes its victim. It begins to follow them, causing their deaths or a slow descent into madness. The curse, which manifests as a chilling supernatural force, preys on the emotions of its victims, dragging them into its grasp whether they're inside the house or not. The narrative structure of The Grudge is non-linear, which adds to the suspense and sense of confusion as viewers experience different characters' interactions with the curse. The film shifts between timelines and perspectives, presenting the curse's effects on a variety of individuals. Each character faces the haunting and is ultimately affected by the malevolent force in unique ways. From Karen's perspective to other victims like a police officer, a family, and even a child, the audience sees how the curse spreads and takes hold, making it clear that no one is safe from its grip. The most terrifying element of the curse is its persistence. It doesn't just disappear when people leave the house. The curse follows its victims wherever they go. Whether it's Karen trying to escape to another location or a police officer investigating the tragic events that took place, the curse doesn't release them. It attaches itself to individuals and continues to wreak havoc, creating an overwhelming sense of helplessness. This unrelenting force makes The Grudge both terrifying and emotionally gripping, as the characters' efforts to escape only seem to draw them closer to their fates. At its core, The Grudge is a film about unresolved emotions and the devastating impact of trauma. The curse is not just a supernatural event, but also a representation of rage, grief, and loss that lingers even after death. It reflects the lingering pain of violent deaths, where the spirits of the victims cannot find peace. The emotions tied to the trauma, anger, sorrow, and fear never fade, and they are projected onto anyone who comes into contact with the cursed house. The film dives deep into how trauma can persist beyond death, influencing not just the victim, but also anyone who becomes connected to the space where that trauma occurred. The curse acts as a metaphor for how unresolved emotional pain can transcend physical boundaries, affecting others around it. This emotional residue clings to the house, infecting everyone who steps into it. Each new victim becomes part of a growing cycle of pain and death, their own unresolved emotions contributing to the strength of the curse. There's a strong sense of helplessness throughout the film, with characters unable to escape their fates, no matter how hard they try. The curse's power is overwhelming and inescapable, building a relentless tension that fuels the movie's suspense. The dread is palpable as characters, whether they're aware of it or not, become trapped in a web of supernatural forces that they cannot control. This helplessness taps into a universal fear that no matter what we do, we may not be able to escape our past or the things that haunt us. Cultural displacement also plays a significant role in the film, especially for the protagonist, Karen. As an American in Tokyo, she is surrounded by a culture and environment that is foreign to her. This alienation heightens her sense of fear and confusion, which mirrors the terror experienced by the other characters who find themselves in an unfamiliar situation, caught in a curse they cannot understand. Fear of the unknown is a powerful theme here, and the movie explores how confronting something foreign and incomprehensible can make us feel vulnerable and powerless. One of the most notable aspects of The Grudge is its cinematic style, which masterfully builds tension and fear through minimalist techniques. The film relies on silence and lighting to create an atmosphere of dread. Quiet moments often precede moments of terror, amplifying the suspense as the audience anticipates the next frightening event. The shadows play an important role as well, casting long, dark silhouettes that seem to conceal unseen horrors. The pacing of The Grudge is intentionally slow, allowing tension to build gradually over time. It doesn't rush to deliver scares, but instead allows the dread to seep into the viewer's consciousness. This slow-burning tension makes each moment more intense as the audience becomes increasingly aware of the sinister presence in the film. There's a deliberate sense of discomfort throughout, as the film doesn't rely on sudden jump scares, but instead builds its horror through atmosphere and psychological fear. Another key component is the sound design. The eerie, unsettling noises, like the distinctive, chilling sound of the curse's manifestations, become an integral part of the movie's identity. These noises, from the haunting whispers to the unnatural growls, heighten the film's sinister atmosphere and make the audience feel the presence of the curse, even when nothing is physically visible. The sounds contribute to the film's ability to disturb without ever showing explicit gore, focusing instead on psychological terror. The Grudge was met with mixed reviews from critics. While many praised the creepy atmosphere and the tension-filled moments, others found the story to be disorienting and difficult to follow due to its non-linear structure. Some viewers were left confused by the intertwining storylines and characters, but others appreciated the movie's ability to leave a lasting impression, even if the narrative was puzzling. Despite these mixed reviews, The Grudge was a significant box office success, proving that the public was drawn to its unique blend of horror and supernatural elements. The film also helped bring Japanese horror to a wider American audience. The influence of Asian horror, with its focus on atmosphere and psychological fear rather than gore, had a noticeable impact on Hollywood's approach to horror films in the years that followed. In this sense, The Grudge became a cultural touchstone that introduced many viewers to the unsettling style of Japanese horror films. It played a crucial role in the crossover success of other Asian horror remakes in Hollywood, such as The Ring and The Eye. The Grudge's influence can still be felt in modern horror films, particularly in how they approach supernatural storytelling. It set a precedent for the success of Asian horror remakes in Hollywood, opening the door for other chilling tales from Japan to be reimagined for American audiences. The movie's impact also extended beyond the first film, inspiring sequels and a 2020 reboot. Though the follow-ups didn't reach the same level of success, the original The Grudge remained a touchstone for horror lovers, continuing to shape how horror films are made today. The elements that made The Grudge so effective, Its psychological horror, atmospheric tension, and unsettling silence are still present in many modern horror films, which draw inspiration from the techniques pioneered by the film. The movie's legacy lies not only in its scares, but in its ability to create a chilling mood that lingers long after the credits roll. Even years later, The Grudge continues to influence horror, making it a timeless entry in the genre. The Grudge is not just another horror movie, it's an experience. A slow, creeping nightmare that stays with you long after the credits roll. What makes it truly memorable isn't just the scares, although they're undeniably chilling. It's the atmosphere, the mystery, and the sense of helplessness that surrounds every character. The film doesn't rely on loud jump scares or buckets of blood. Instead, it builds dread with silence, with shadow, with the feeling that something unseen is always nearby. At its heart, The Grudge is about unresolved pain. It's about emotions so powerful, rage, sorrow, loss, that they refuse to fade, even after death. That's what makes the curse feel so real. It's not just supernatural, it's emotional. The story taps into something universal. The idea that certain traumas can't be buried. They linger, they follow, and sometimes they destroy everything they touch. This movie isn't for everyone. If you want fast-paced action or constant thrills, you might not enjoy it. But if you love horror that takes its time, that builds slowly and surrounds you with quiet terror, then The Grudge is the perfect film for you. It doesn't just scare you in the moment, it unsettles you, piece by piece, until you find yourself glancing over your shoulder, even in your own home. Thank you for watching this deep dive into The Grudge. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow. And if you want more honest, detailed reviews of the best and creepiest movies out there, make sure to subscribe to Movies Review and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, watch where you step. Some curses don't stay behind.